I don't know what you guys see, but I can clearly see the complete opposite of what everyone was expecting. All I was hearing for like the last few months was how we're gonna get so crazy before the election, which I guess we kind of have because we have had some crazy days. But the whole 6 week range thing is kind of crazy, and we're still right back at the bottom of it. I don't really have a problem with this because we've been nailing like massive level to level trades. If we move back up next week and we kind of sit in the middle of it, I'm going to be very careful. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks right back in the middle of the first week's range, and we were kind of crawling right underneath highs. The way I'm kind of looking at this, everyone thinks that we're going to start flying up and rocketing just based on the election if Trump wins, and we're going to do this and push for all-time highs, but we're kind of not really factoring that in. If we start to move up and push towards highs, I'm probably going to expect highs to actually keep going. But if we start next week and we start to move up and just kind of creep up like this, I'm going to pay very close attention and caution this, as it might be an upper wick of a move down. So I want to be very careful. We had a really strong weekly close to the downside, and we haven't had a strong close on the weekly in the last 5 weeks. This one was alright, but we couldn't really carry it. We kind of failed it right after, right underneath the highs. So if we open up down here and we start to move up and we can't start to make new highs, like we don't get an aggressive long couple days, be very careful that this doesn't come up, not make highs, and then just get a nasty move down for lows. Even though I don't really know how the election's going to affect it. I was just trading like small caps and trading individuals and options 4 years ago. I wasn't trading NQ and ES. SPY and QQQ, but I don't know. I'm going to be a little bit cautious. I'm going to stay on the micros at least until like Wednesday. The election's Tuesday, so I'm going to be very careful for at least Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll see what the week looks like. But we've been having some massive moves, even though we're stuck in this weekly range. Like we went straight from trying to creep out of the top of it right to the bottom of it. So it's not like there's no trades and there's no price action. We had 2 days in a row with several 100-point trades. Like we were over 100 points on 3 trades in 2 days with like 130-point loss. So there's tons of action. There's tons to look for. I would just be very, very, very careful of moving up, getting stuck without making a high, and then coming back down. Don't get caught in any bias for the week. Don't like expect it to move down, expect it to move up and get stuck in that. Really just pay attention to what the hourlies are doing, and it should keep you safe. You should be fine. I think last week we had 20k and 2269, I think it was. I think I'm going to slightly adjust the upper level. So we have this, still the most respected upper level for above us. What I would be careful of is coming up to that 300 up here. It's really the only thing that I would kind of be a little bit weary of. I'm going to mark the highs, 2291. So we're like 20 points higher. Bounce, reject. Still have the supporting price action behind us. All in the 1 hour. $22.91. We're going slightly up. Not always, but a lot of the time, the 100-point marks carry a little bit of psychological weight to them. So this 22.91 could see 2300. It's not really a far reach to expect that. So I would kind of wait for this to get pushed and see if we can hold up above 290, up above 300. And that might be able to secure us a move up. Otherwise, I kind of expected to hold for another retest and move down. Move down. If we blow straight through it to the upside, I would just wait for the longs. Patience has been our best friend recently. We've had the 5-minute open for the last couple days as well, which has been really, really, really nice. Super smooth moves, head and shoulders, retest, broke through the high time frame level, retest. 291. So if we go back to the weekly now with that upper level there, if we get super aggressive Monday, Tuesday, and we end up here, I'd probably expect us to keep moving up, but this gives us somewhat of a secure spot to kind of aim for a retest and a move down. But being that it's election week, I'm going to be heavily cautioned on everything I do. It'll be the 5 minute instead of the 2 minute. It'll be micros instead of minis, which I was kind of expecting last week to have a boring week because of micros. Usually if I'm on the micros and it's like a shitty day or it's choppy or we can't get like a decent trend, I should say, I just either end up like plus or minus $100. If you can't get the trend, can't get the trade, you're just gonna be up and down, like small amounts of money. But we've been just ripping massive trend trades, so I'm just gonna keep at that as long as we're doing it. 5 minutes beautiful on that zone. Four hour looks good. Beautiful 4 hour rejection. I would kind of want to see an hourly reaction here, whether it's a close above, a reject with a wick back down. I'd really like to see some sort of hourly reaction off of this to kind of secure the move. 22.91. If we end up long above, I'd probably want to see a target of like somewhere near 400. If we're on the micros, I'd kind of just like to be long above this and get a trim off somewhere near this high and then let the runner ride. If we get another aggressive rejection, so be it. This is really what's been in the back of my head though when I've been trading, and it's really helped out. Failing the highs, nasty move down. We actually had a strong close at the bottom. If we get a wick up and then we start to come back down, it's probably going to get ugly. But then I just feel like if we get a Republican win on the election on Tuesday, like there's no way we don't pump, right? Like it's got to happen. Could just end up down here. 22.91, and then underneath us, I'm just going to watch that 20K again. $20K, both levels gray, both levels caution. I will be on micros, caution for the week. We do have beautiful lows here. That's such a nasty daily move. All of this is looking super bearish to me right now. Overall, the chart looks like crazy bearish to me. The only reason why I think we might move up is just because of the election. But if we're going just on candles, just on the chart and price action and everything, this is looking crazy bearish to me. Nasty move down, finally out of that shitty trend. And then pretty weak daily candle. Also sets up the 1, 2, 3 play. Move down, move up, some sort of small wick, and then just crush it. Be like this. Something like that would also be amazing. I am basically going to watch price action, hope we get a strong trend, wait for one of these levels to get hit or pushed through, wait for the trend to be secure, so like at least one 5 minute close, if not like if we're gonna be long, I would like a 5 minute close. The next one will probably go like this, and then go like this, and then close here. Next one will probably wick through and then move up, so at least like a secure 5 minute, and then we wait for the move up. So keeping us crazy safe. We've been ending up in massive trends with all like no downside. Looks really nice though, especially on the daily. Tons of strength on the daily, tons of strength on the 4 hour. Even if you go down to like the 5 minute. Beautiful. 22.91, which I would expect to probably be 2300. 20K underneath us. I would kind of like to be out of one of these zones trending, but it's not the end of the world if we are not in it. I will look at ES. We did levels on ES, and then we didn't really look at it for like Thursday and Friday. So our levels could have got crushed. Could have been respected. Friday 835 reject. Oh, beautiful. That's a crazy retest. Holy shit. ES and NQ doing the same thing finally again. Bounce, push through, retest. Bounce, push through, retest. Both exact same. Damn. I'm gonna leave ES alone. They're kind of doing the same thing anyways. If they start to diverge from each other, it's not really a big deal. If NQ kind of goes to shit and ES is looking good, we can look at it, but they're basically doing the same thing. I would do the same thing on ES. So we have this retest marked out. We have the low marked out. I would do the same thing on ES too. Retest, still the same, and then I would just mark the low out on ES somewhere down here. Either like 57.40 if you're trying to wick it out and hold. You can go a little bit lower if you actually want to go down, but yeah, don't even do much for ES. I would leave that 5800 if you really need a level. I would do like 57.40 at the downside. But it's doing the exact same thing as NQ. I will just watch NQ. Yeah, that's really it. Easy. We're gonna have the 5-minute open and trade micros. I'm going to get 150 points unless we just don't move, and then I will just be plus or minus like $100. Okay, thank you so much for your time. I will record and post this somewhere in the education tab. If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy your Sunday. I'm chilling today, so if you need anything, let me know.